While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brandwide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Francis Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM, Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System, water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family Landscape, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ, make your yard Yeti ready. CBI Cables, what the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables built for your needs. CBI Cables, plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer, authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross-check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre for all your new construction plumbing needs. Outside, inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe? They have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at. Where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a great season so far. What a score. Brandwide Distillery, Cortland, New York. Stop in. Say hello to Jimbo. Check out the shop. While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with
Even see that. Hello, Yeti Nation. Hello, Paul
hello,
Noecker.
hello, Yeti Nation. Greg Beecher. We did it.
Woo!
OMG. OMG. Yeti fans, world. I can say there's people out there on the world now and say, hello, world. Hello, Yeti Nation. Greg. Wow. I'm beat. Beat right down.
That is the understatement of the century. I see Josh put in there, how are you guys having the energy, CJ said, and it is definitely not easy. I am struggle bussing. It was a long day. Charity actually spent most of the day sleeping. I think she's getting a little sick, unfortunately, but I think that's
I got
just
a little something going myself today. All of a sudden, I was just drained. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I don't think you
Feel
can
it in my head.
Yeah, I don't think you can spend that much time with that many people and not have that kind of thing happen. I kind of made
Yep.
you disappear a little bit, Paul, with that green screen. I told you I had it
Ghost.
fixed, but I seen you're ghosted
I'm
now.
ghosted.
I'll adjust it while we're talking.
Ghosted.
So, I mean,
It's the spirit. It's just
OJ the
spirit.
dude's going to be joining us soon, but I mean, how cool was that getting to meet OJ finally?
You know, Greg, one of the best times was actually taking a cruise with the Juice, with OJ, and with Josh. We went last week. We went for a walk, and that was the coolest thing, just to be hanging with those guys. You know, not that I get that. You know, me and Josh have high-fived at the at Albany games a couple times. You know, knuckles a little bit here and there, but as far as got to meet him a little bit, his wife. You know, it was nice to, meeting people was incredible. A lot of people that we met and got to, meeting the Juice. Again, back to your original question. Kid's pretty cool. Good for him, man. Props to him to save up the coin to get out here and
Yeah, OJ
experience
OJ bought his
and
own plane
experience.
ticket to get out there, so he and then had to afford a lift to get back to Albany so he could catch it after the gold medal game. But honestly, the coolest part was so I told him afterwards, I was like, "Hey, get go talk to some guys on the floor," because after I had kind of told him, I was like, "Don't be really getting on the floor," but then I was like, "It's a gold medal game. You got to get down there. Canada's playing." He ended up with a piece of the net. He
Yeah,
called
no,
me
he
today.
got some.
He
No,
got a
he
piece
didn't,
of the
did he?
net. So I mean,
That's
getting
cool.
to introduce him to. But hang on, we got started on all kinds of different things. Today is September 30th, which is either Every Child Matters Day or Orange Day, depending on how you want to. It was originally, so a lot of people call it Orange Shirt Day, so I actually have this jersey on. I'll explain it a little more later. But it's mainly Truth and Reconciliation Day. It's a day to recognize that what they did with the boarding schools and taking the land and a lot of other things that need to be recognized before you can move on. Oh, that's not the right screen. I thought that was going to have the website that I was looking at, and unfortunately, I just pulled up my YouTube stream so everybody got to see what that looks like. But no, so here's a great website, culturalsurvival.org. It's got a lot of great information. It shows you some of the terrible things and the atrocities that were committed, and without recognizing it, which is why you have to have the Truth and Reconciliation Day, you can't really move forward. But without the creator giving the game to them and the Haudenosaunee people sharing it with us, we would not have had the experience we just had. And wow, what an experience that was.
Greg, thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for sharing it to the world because it was an experience. Players being around the players, seeing the different heritages. The Scottish with the bagpipes, England with the Ireland with the bell. It was no, it was the
Scotland.
Brits.
Scotland had the bagpipes.
Well, no. Scotland had the bagpipes, but there was a bell as well. They were above the. I believe it was England or was it Ireland? No, it was England. Every time they were sitting there waving the bell, ringing the bell like this, it was a big bell. It was a big bell, and I'm like, that is, the Netherlands. The shirt that you had on, those fans. Prop to Art and Neil and the Netherlands fans
Well,
for
that's
putting together
that's
an
why I got
incredible
this.
time.
So this is they've got the Van Gogh painting something or other. I forget what it is. Charity's gonna yell at me because we had to buy the print and the jersey. But there's actually so they have the Native Americans going across the bottom playing with that Van Gogh painting on this jersey. It doesn't show great in this screen, but it's orange. And honestly though, so without Neil, I would not have the understanding of the history that I do. So it is funny how it goes together. And so this actually the two stripes here. This is to represent the original two-row wampum, which was the original treaty between the Haudenosaunee people and the Dutch, which was the first Western people that the Haudenosaunee had been in contact with, and it was basically the treaty that we go through the river of life separate in our own canoes, and we do our own thing, and we live together, and let's leave each other alone. And I still think it's a great philosophy to live by.
It's the history. It's more than a game. That's the beauty of what we now have the opportunity to do is through our eyes and our expressions pass on the love and passion that we have. So I got at nothing but I can say thank you to Neil and Tony and all my friends that I've met through this journey in canoe ride that have expressed great ideas and opened up doors for me. So yeah, and every child does matter. It does make a
It
difference.
does because
Absolutely.
and one of the biggest things that like Neil taught me about that though is when you took the language away, they didn't really write things down. Everything was oral traditions passed down. So you would take like a 10-day story and that's not something that was written down. I mean, think how many words that would be. And then when you take the language away, you lost a lot of that, which is unfortunate. When you go through the museums, you see they have like bits and pieces and it is really sad and it's hopefully something that you can't ever make up for, but hopefully we don't continue to follow through those kind of tendencies. But yeah, I'm gonna start. Yeah, I start getting mad about it. So we'll get on to
Yeah.
let's get on to some box lacrosse. That Netherlands team had some diehard fans. Josh said Swiss had the bell. Honestly, one of my favorite parts was probably the stroop waffles that the Dutch brought. So the people from the Netherlands, and they were a huge hit. So
Well,
that
those cookies we ate.
those waffle cookies, yeah, they look like
Oh my
wafers, but they're
God.
soft and
Oh
delicious.
my goodness gracious, they were delicious. Oh my goodness, they were awesome.
The Swiss chocolate too. So we had some Swiss chocolate. I got Jared. Yeah, we got stuff from like if you had a booth there for the most part, we were getting stuff from it. It was a blast meeting all the people from the different cultures, getting to see the way they celebrate. Mexico's fans, man, they were cheering for them right till the very end. It didn't matter what the score was. Kudos to the Mexico guys getting to meet Enrique and Tony and like all those guys. Yeah, I don't.
The-
It that was the coolest part of the experience for me was getting to really meet all those guys.
yeah, I got to meet uh, Greg. I got to meet so many people. It was incredible. The games themselves. Wow, every game, even the blowouts, and there was blowouts. I've been in those blowouts. Believe me, I know what it feels like. But you want to know what? When you have your team not stopping, just continuing to
Well,
go and
playing
go
for
and
pride,
go.
playing for national pride, and
Yeah,
they just kept
it
going.
was
Oh,
it
OJ
was
the dude,
great.
I sent you a link to the TextLax email, OJ. So whenever you're ready, you can feel free to jump in. But I do
Uh,
appreciate you being in the chats. We know he's here.
yeah.
OJ was a huge hit. So OJ became a armor mesh athlete while he was there. So armor mesh was like, we love what you're doing, OJ. So they hooked him up with a bunch of stuff. We'll let him go through that when he gets on the show a little later. But yeah, Owen is definitely, yeah, Owen is, we heard from him. He was stuck at the airport. Otherwise, he would have joined us. That's why we waited a little bit. He's on that West Coast time. He's only 2 hours away from us, but it is enough. So let's talk some Firewolves, though. I mean, oh, and there's
Did you
OJ.
miss me?
We
We
did.
missed you, brother. How you doing?
Good. You're live from a Canadian subway.
A
Live.
Canadian subway. Don't you guys
Yeah.
call them metros?
No. No,
Ah.
like actual subway, like the restaurant.
Oh, that kind
Love
of.
it. You rock,
Oh,
Owen.
better?
You rock, Owen. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Green pepper, cucumber.
He's ordering his sub too.
And
Listen to
he's
him go.
open his on
Yeah.
the go. On the go.
Yeah.
Gotta get her done.
Hey,
So,
I just got in like a half hour ago.
how was the flight home?
Good.
Oh
That's
man. So I have to ask
Um,
though, OJ, what was the
Chipotle.
coolest thing that you got while you were there?
Pardon?
Hey, jump back on
but-
after you get your sub. All right.
No, he just finished. I just gotta pay.
But I know for me, I'm going to talk about my experience real quick. So Connor
Yeah.
Wilson
Alright.
started Lacrosse All Stars. I've watched him. So Paul was the first person who ever tied a stick for me that wasn't. I didn't buy a store bought stick. Then I never had anybody to tie sticks for me. I started helping some kids out here and there, and I followed all of his videos to how to do them. So he was nice enough to tie this reusing my leathers, so my strips, which actually came from Onondaga. The head's my Every Child Matters head. It's got a, I don't even know if you can see it in there. I got the Iroquois flag on the top, or the Haudenosaunee Confederacy
I'm okay.
wampum, and then the hands with the feathers. But that was honestly one of the coolest things for me, just to get to do that and to really, show that Laxney and Scott and Connor were right. Blue Squatch could 100% handle the world's now charity wants a sandwich, she says. But no,
Alright.
yeah, Blue Squatch with the help of OJ the dude, and thankfully the Utica Yeti were there to make sure we were in playing shape, getting us ready with some preseason games, and good to go. It was just an amazing experience.
It was something that is at this point in time in juncture is only going to happen once, and we lived it. The juice was there the whole time. It was, my favorite point. Greg, I got so many. I had so many tears.
hard.
I'm sorry to sound too mushy, but opening
Yeah.
ceremonies. Opening ceremonies were incredible. What a
Yeah, no, I
atmosphere!
agree with you on that one, Noecker.
Yeah, that right there was just the start of the incredible day after day, hour after hour, game after game, penalty after penalty, opportunity to, to talk to people, to see some of the plays. Oh my gosh, I can't. There were so many plays.
Yeah.
The world. Congratulations to Team USA women's and to the Canadian men's teams, but most importantly for myself to the Canadian or to the U.S. women's. Coach Sorsey is the head coach of the Utica Yeti, and Coach Kappa had the opportunity to talk to and get to know. to see the incredible job that they did coaching, getting them women ready to smash. That by far was the greatest game I think I've ever seen. It was epic coming from behind, everything. It was absolutely epic of how the finish was. Bakes, Aaron Bakes, she was a person who tried out for the Yeti this past year, and to see where she ended her career, or not her career, but her quest. It was epic
To
to
be
see
able to
that.
play in Utica after starting in Utica, yeah, no, that is a
It was great, Greg.
yeah.
And you want to, I'm going to shut up because I got too many. I got too many stories of some great things that happened. But that was the ultimate for myself, is watching that game. It sent me home because I had such a headache from screaming so much. I literally left at halftime of the men's game. I did the Irish goodbye, and I went down. I grabbed a beer because I was drinking beer, and I took 2 sips of it, and I said, "Good day, sir."
That was our problem, is we were burned out pretty much by the end of it.
Yeah.
I did not watch one lacrosse game besides the Utica Yeti that I wasn't filming. So, and even that, we only caught the last 10 minutes ish. Got to go cheer on Super Mario, which, if you know us at all, you know we're big Mario Diaz fans here. Love Super Mario. He's great. We see him at the Firewolves games. He lives a little bit closer to us than everybody else does. And no, to watch them on the world stage, there was no way I was going home. I was a little upset I didn't know it wasn't being recorded earlier, because I would have totally made OJ go over and set up a stream, and
I
he could have streamed it. But I think it was just so much was happening at once, and it just kind of, it all happens fast. But how cool was that? You got to play against Kyle Baker, so you've seen him before, board member in the NABLL. But what an experience to give your guys. They were out there, man. They were on the world stage.
They were on the world stage. As far as, it was an honor to be asked, and it was an honor to have everybody that was on that roster there. If you take a look at that roster that played, every one of them is a Yeti. And that was the
Uh, Honestly,
that's
the goal of the tournament for me that I saw, granted, I did see some great goals, but it was Neil Paulus scoring. I watched him dive. The angle I had was amazing. I was so upset at myself for not having my phone. I should have known better. I am going to get a Neil Paulus jersey one of these days because he's number 8. So I do need one of those, and he's got to sign this stick to make the rest of the Crooked Arrow stick, because we've got Ty and Alex and Cree and their kids on it. So the Neil, though, to watch him coaching the Netherlands, to get the education experience I've got, and to see. So that was another thing that I think got lost on a lot of people, was the Netherlands women's team was who got to play the Haudenosaunee's women's team at Oneida. So like it really brought it full circle. Like that was the first contact. Here we are at the Worlds. First time in Oneida, the Netherlands women got to play. That was I got goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps now thinking about it. I wish I could have gotten both cameras working on the ends instead of just the middle one, but promise you we gave our blue squatch 100% effort there, and that's what we came away with. And yeah, no, it was such an honor. But here, I've got the placements up here. Haudenosaunee, the men's team, obviously not going to be happy with that, losing to the U.S., but historic for us United States guys to win. Haudenosaunee, I feel like it's not that they've slipped at all. I think the U.S. is just getting better.
well, it's
And
that, and it's a numbers game too, as far as that goes. I mean,
let's not forget that Goa Abrams is a Haudenosaunee player.
right. I mean, yeah. Again, it comes down to the numbers. I mean, how, wow, to perform at that level. I honestly, at the men's level, this is how it was explained to me. Is there's 3 branches of, or not 3 branches, but 3 levels of lacrosse, box lacrosse. There's Canadian box lacrosse. There is the USA and Haudenosaunee and the rest of the world. And that's honestly that Haudenosaunee USA game was. Oh my golly, was that not epic? I mean, and to think we've already forgot about that game because there was another incredible game after that. That game alone was just nuts, nuts.
Yeah.
The USA was losing.
I do have to, yeah, I've got to watch all those games. I haven't even had a chance to. But I have to say, my favorite from the women's team, though, was Ireland. They sang after every game, the girls did. Charity stopped and got a bunch of photos. That was cool. Like, that was just a really, like a bunch of them singing the national anthems. I wish we got to play the national anthems on TV. I'm not sure why that didn't happen, but it didn't. So, I tell you, we did record as many of them as we could with our phones and whatnot, trying to get them. It, yeah, yeah. The save.
Scots with the bagpipes. The Scots had the bagpipes ripping. I mean, that was awesome. I just sat there, and that was probably one of my tear moments in regards to just sitting back and soaking it in, going, "It's here. It's now. We're here. It's happening."
Yeah.
And then Juice would walk by, and I'd be pounding on the glass, Juice, and
OJ was a hit everywhere. OJ was a fan favorite everywhere. Everywhere I went, everybody told me how much they enjoyed getting to hang out with OJ. But Josh is 100% right. That last minute save in the game was crazy. All right, so OJ, without further ado, you got to tell us about this head that you got from Arbor Mesh, because I am not a Team Canada guy, as you know. I do like a lot of players on that, but I was a little jealous of this one.
Yeah, I know the Armor Mesh guys definitely treated me well, and I got I can't even remember the name of the head right now.
It's a relaxed Team Canada head.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. I was trying to think specific model, but sure.
Well, don't worry about specific
Yeah.
models. The important thing is that Chris from Armor Mesh strung up a bunch of heads for Team Canada. He literally went into that box, took one out, and gave it to OJ, and said, "Here, try throwing with this. How do you like that?"
And that's the stick I got a picture of you guys having a catch outside,
Yeah.
is it not?
Yeah, that's what we were playing catch with. I had my freshly done up Connor Wilson stick. That is probably one of my favorite photos of the tournament. Was the three of us sitting outside there in the on the sidewalk.
Oh, sorry guys.
No, go.
I actually got to right after Team Canada won the men's. I had that stick with me on the floor, and I got to throw around with it for a couple minutes.
So you got to use the Team Canada stick on the floor and got a piece of the net.
Yep, damn right.
I told OJ he's my hero, man. He got himself to Worlds. He got himself on the floor. I seen pictures with his buddies at Courier. I was super excited to see all of that. OJ was meeting everybody. He's now an Armor Mesh athlete. He bought a very, very cool looking stick, I tell you. What was that shaft? Tell us about that. Where'd you get that from?
Ooh. You talking about the Ireland one?
Well, tell us about both of them.
Okay, the one I bought was a limited edition shaft that String Shark did.
Which is cool. It's gorgeous. It's got a really pretty blue. But the other one, I think, is slightly more impressive because of the way it was done. So if you could tell us about that one.
Oh, yeah. So basically, I got a team-issued Women's Ireland shaft.
Because Justin Warner was like, I know OJ the dude. He's a good dude. And said, here's a Team Ireland. So OJ can actually have like the Team Ireland head combined with the our shaft combined with the Team Canada head. He could have the whole mix mash. You'd just be like the US, bud, where everybody just kind of hodgepiles together.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, OJ, what'd you think of Oneida? That was pretty cool. Paul got to play the inaugural game in Oneida. Is that pretty epic or what?
Oh, wow. Yeah,
and also the inaugural women's game. The Lady Yeti were the inaugural women's game to ever be played there as well.
It's awesome. It was.
It's been crazy. Go on. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries. It's definitely a beautiful facility. Like the Oneida just felt so I felt so privileged to be in there.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to describe it. And so Kai the goalie, we actually know another Kai the goalie. It gets a little confusing sometimes because Kyrie was the goalie for Team Jamaica. You're Kyrie, but he's Kyrie, he got to play Team Jamaica. We got to see him. So he's a another one for the Herkimeter. And he got in,
Herkimeter.
and he was a little upset with himself, but I tell you, man, he did pretty good. He did.
For what? 2 weeks practice. Never played box lacrosse before and soaked it. You want to know what, Greg? Honestly, you want to know what was one of the most epic things at the beginning of the games was watching Team Canada. That and props to their coaching staff and Coach Clark because they got together with Jamaica and did a side by side Jamaican player,
guys.
Canadian player.
Noecker, I don't mean to interrupt you,
No,
but
yep.
I just got home, so I'm gonna
Go say hi to
on
Mom.
the actual computer. Go say hi to Mom. Be on the actual computer in like 20 minutes.
All right,
15, 20.
you jump back
We'll
out.
do
We'll
it.
be ready for you when you get here.
We'll be here. We got
All right,
stories,
sounds
man.
good.
Awesome. Glad
Yep.
you're home safe.
Oh man, yeah. So he made it back. That was cool getting to meet him. But yeah, I mean I don't know, getting to just sit in the penalty box. So how cool was that for you to watch it? Because we watch NLL games when we sit in the party zone, but to be a part of it and to see it, how much faster is it sitting on the side of the glass trying to watch them face-offs?
It was incredible, man. The speed, especially of the upper class, the upper players. That ball is flying. You know, we've been
So fast.
so fast.
Charity. I said to Charity as soon as
you're looking. It's like holy sugar.
Yeah.
Holy sugar. It was crazy fast. Being in the penalty box. I'd welcome everybody that come in and welcome to Utica. Sorry about the circumstances. but then being able to see Nick Suits and a Crosby.
So another cool part. So we got to talk about Teddy Jenner shouting out Nick Suits. So not only did we get to work with Teddy Jenner, I mean, you talk about just one of the best broadcasters in the business. He's right up there in the top level. And I mean, just a great professional to work with, and what a nice guy. Took pictures with all of us. He talked. He's OJ's buddy. Was probably the only reason he was as nice to me as he was. But
Right.
no, he's OJ's buddy, and I tell you, getting to work with all the broadcasters up there was amazing. But hearing Teddy Jenner say, Nick Suits, the local guy from Hartford, gets the goal, just that was so cool. And then we got to see like Irizarry, who he plays for the Eels, but I mean we can forgive him for that.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
but no,
Props to all
he's
those
Puerto
guys.
Rico. I mean, we do so many players out there. That was an amazing thing. Yeah, and like Josh says, but you seen Team Jamaica got stronger as it went. Team
As it went
Mexico
up, those
got
guys were
stronger as it
next.
went.
Oh my goodness, Jamaica honestly, from getting to where we were with Canada, doing a side by side. I mean, some of these guys never played before, literally, and then the athlete of them, once their sticks warmed up, it was game on, boys. I mean, it was no joke. They were, they were very impressive in my opinion.
So Pam's niece was on the Haudenosaunee team. Yes, congratulations to
Yes.
Trisha and Chelsea John for winning the bronze. Yeah, that is an amazing honor. And actually, so I'm sure most people watching this show know that the Haudenosaunee Confederacy is like 300,000 people big, but other people who might think it's this huge country and that's why they can compete with the U.S. and Canada, it's really comprised of a bunch of small tribes or nations that it's very small town oriented. It's not what people would assume when you see that level of competition.
Yeah. Again, the numbers, so impressive to watch those girls play, man. All of them. I had they were in the penalty box a couple times, and you'd swear it was the guys in there because of
which ties right into what Josh said. So, what was the best chirp that you heard, YouTube appropriate?
Oh, to say honestly, I can't say I remember the chirps other than at the moment because I don't remember that. There were so many of them. I mean, but they were, and a lot of them rightly so. I'm not going to bash the officials, but you want to know they did a great job.
The officials took no lip.
No lip. But that was
a
a good thing, bad thing. It was a great thing because there was no fights. I mean, it got to a point where you guys would be sat or get the hell off the field. You're done. And it kept it competitively even. There wasn't the bully to come out there and just beat the snot out of somebody. I loved it. All the way around. But if it did have to get to that point, there was no question it could have. But the officials did a good job, curtailing any of that type of play, which is good. You didn't need it. The
Leads
action
to
was awesome.
leads to good, fast,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
fast. So
crazy play.
Christian Del Bianco, goalkeeper of the tournament. Jack Hanna, that's cool. I love seeing that Jack Hanna made it. He's a young American player. Connor Kirst. So cool to watch the Kirst boys in Laxnai and then get to see him. Steve Friolo just seems like a top class individual. Randy Stott, same thing. Like, you never hear any problems from Randy, anybody who ever talks about him. And I really like the way Randy plays. He plays very passionate, but he doesn't play dirty at all. He's just a hard nosed, lengthy, clean player. And if you don't like Jeff Teat, you're in the wrong sport.
Who picked him first? Who picked him first? Come on now. Come on now.
Oh, man.
Who picked him first, Gregory? What I was impressive, do you want to know what? First of all, like I spoke earlier about Erin Bakes, that was incredible to see Erin, the way she played. But I'm sorry to say, my MVP for the women's team by far was Miss Boyum. Oh, why? She was incredible in net yesterday. She was hands down the MVP of that game. No question.
I gotta watch that game. I still haven't seen it. We have just been so busy, and then
Oh, yeah.
today I just couldn't take.
I didn't even watch Greg. I didn't watch the Bills game last night. I didn't even. I had such a headache. I'm like, I watched the first quarter, and I'm like, I'm going to bed. Yeah, but yeah, great stuff. It was, Boyle, Bakes.
So Erica Evans, their Team Canada forward, OJ the dude was nice enough to help my man David Bowie with the interview. So he went and ran the camera and was operating stuff for him. So OJ was meeting everybody. I'm pretty sure he got you have to watch his stuff. He got like you're watching Tex-Lax from basically every player there. It seemed like he had guys from all over the place. He had the Mexico GM to the Canadian coach to, like, you name it. He had, hey, and you're watching Tex-Lax, and hey, and you're watching Tex-Lax. It was cool. Yeah, Yetis are still the best team.
To watch Al. You want to know what, Pammy? Thank you for chiming in there, because the love I got for these guys, I can't say enough, Greg. Al Snow worked in probably a 10-hour day on Saturday. Worked a 10-hour day, got into the car, drove down, played a game.
He's an iron worker too. It's not like he was sitting at a desk.
Yeah. He wasn't. He was humping.
Yeah.
Turned around, drove home because he had to get. Him and his dad and Pammy, they do it game in and game out. Yet I can't thank you guys enough for what you guys do. I love you. It's awesome. Yeah.
That's there's a lot that went into Worlds. We get to sit here and talk about it, but really without, guys like Al and Ray and Pam and, like, just everybody doing their part, none of this happens. And honestly, I don't know if people in the world really appreciate what it took to make this happen, as far as just the scrambling, people loving the sport, volunteering their time, serving, sitting in the penalty boxes for hours on end. And just the next, I think we need to give a shout out to the custodial staff at the Nexus Center, because it did not seem like there was that many people there. They had everything cleaned up the whole time. The custodial staff on point. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with security other than my buddy at the back door walking in and out. I don't know how that guy did it. There is one guy who spent more time there than Scott and Connor, I would say, and it's that guy that was sitting at the back door.
Oh, sure. Was his name Donnie?
Donnie.
Isn't that Donnie? Isn't that Donnie?
I think it was, yeah.
I think his name's Donnie. And Greg, when I get there in the morning, I was getting there at 8:45, and Donnie was sitting there greeting everybody as they come in.
Yeah, I was getting there early the first couple days because we were trying to make sure we had enough bandwidth for all of us to be streaming. And yeah, he was there. We'd pack up, leave. He was still there.
Still there.
What are you doing? Yeah, no, he was amazing.
Some of his comments, I wish I remember some of his comments.
He was funny.
That's where
Everybody
I got
likes
more.
Charity more than me, though, is really what it boils down to. Is everybody, they all smiles when she walks through, and I get the dirty look like, oh, it's you again. You just,
Oh, it's Greg.
yeah,
It's
blowing
Greg.
through, head down, trying to get something done, doing all this shenanigans. It's,
Greg, just because, and not that I don't want juice here, I'm going to say something. You gave me something. I don't know if people can't really see it, but this was a ball from 03, 04, when you played for the MVCC Hawks because they don't fly, they soar. My friend, thank you. Thank you. Uh, that is top shelf pocket forever. Thank you. That's going right on my plate. It's going to be mounted to the plate. Without you, Greg, none of us are doing what we're doing, brother. You took a chance. You took a stab. You definitely did it, and props to you because my friend, you got this ball rolling. You got this ball bouncing. You got the world watching BSP Productions. And props to you and props to the Mrs. Charity because I know what it and Mrs. Noecker knows what it is all about in the what you guys have done for the Utica Yeti program and lacrosse around the world now, brother. The world.
that was
Props to you
cool.
guys. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for doing what you do because without you, none of this happens. Yeti would still be the Yeti, but we don't have a Yeti nation like we have because without you and the missus taking a chance, taking a leap, and doing what you do, it, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Top
all,
pocket, baby.
all
Thank you.
because 20 years ago you decided to, volunteer what little time you didn't have to, spend with us. So yes, it was the least I could do. That was anybody's wondering. So that was my first ever goal in lacrosse. I scored in college. Paul Noecker was my coach in college. Never had a goal in high school. Played defense, and Paul said, "Just run up the field. You'll be fine." He said,
Go with it.
"Just go with
Go
it.
with it.
You'll be fine."
Go with it.
I ran up and
Yeah.
scored, and yeah, so that was that ball. I've had it since '03, and yeah, I was never really knew what to do with it. I always have played with it still. It still plays catch in the backyard, and Bella used to get so mad because she'd be like, "If you lose it, and I was like, "It's just a ball," and then I was like,
It's a
"I know what
ball.
I'm gonna do with it. I'm giving it to Paul. Paul appreciate this."
This is like I said, my friend, the top pocket. It's on the mantle, and it'll be shown forever because hawks don't fly;
They
they
soar,
soar. They soar.
and
Yeah.
every MV Hawk that goes there, you never know what's going to happen. Kai the goalie, if you want some stickers, get on one of the social medias and send us an address, bud. I'll send you some stickers. You're on everything. We'll hook you up with some Yeti stickers.
As far as do me if those that were out there, Pammy, what was your favorite goal? I mean, there was so many. Was it Al's? Was it there were so many.
There
She was
was a
there all
guy
week.
who jumped through it between his legs on one of my games. The problem with doing all the stuff with production is you don't always get to see it. And we were troubleshooting so much stuff that I didn't get to really look at, watch it as
You,
much as I
you
wanted
you
to.
were clicking the button because you said, "Oh, there's a
I
was."
could I could hear I had the headphones on and I could hear the commentator, and as we were doing other things it was like, oh, hang on, click the replay, here we go. But no, by the end of the week it was really flowing well. We couldn't have asked for a better group of people to be up there streaming with. That entire other broadcast team that was up doing Nexus 3. They do the Utica Yeti football team, the our soccer, I guess we call it here, but the Utica Football Club, they do that, and just the coolest group of guys you could ever ask for, helping us out. We helped, yeah, no, it was we met
And,
some lifelong friends there.
lifelong friends. I mean, Mike with the Team USA. I can't say enough thanks to Mike with the knowledge and you want to know
And how
what
about just
team.
willing to help somebody out? Like, not
Uh,
just help me out, but go out of his way to get me stuff, bring it back to me, and then allow me to just get it to the locker room. And yeah, no, I mean, what a that whole USA program from the top down, they are running really well. They seem to be paying attention to what's right. They're a very tight knitted unit, and they really care about helping the sport grow.
Absolutely.
Because that's all of their main concern is, what can we
Yeah,
do to help you? What can we do? And
right.
obviously the proof is in the pudding. We finally were able to beat the Hautenisaunis. I honestly only see us being a couple years away from beating Canada. Maybe 2 more world cycles. I'd like to think the next one, but by 2 more world cycles, I think it's definitely not even nobody's,
How does it get, Greg? Just think about that. How does it get better? Del Blanco, Del Blanco,
Del Bianco,
whatever. No, Del Blanco. That's what
Del
I'm, as an
Flacco.
American, that's what I'm calling him from now on because that cat was on fire. Del Blanco is all I'm calling him from now on. He broke the hearts of us. So, I was only there for a half, but what I
And
did see, it was, it was crazy.
and
It
now
was
you know why
crazy.
OJ the dude loves him. So let me tell you a story about Del Bianco. So we're walking, me and OJ, we'd been out there setting everything up, and we're getting out of the hotel. This was the first night, so some of the teams were there practicing. Team Canada was. So all of a sudden, I need some lead cords and a bunch of stuff. Run back, get everything. Come walking out with OJ, and all of a sudden, I hear a group of guys. Like I seen them coming. It was a bunch of guys from Team Canada. I was like, oh. And then they see us walking, and I see Owen. Owen, is that you? Yeah, yeah, everybody recognizes Owen. They're calling Owen out, and everybody's like, "How did Owen get all the way? What are you doing in Utica, New York, right now?" Basically, and
Yeah,
yeah, it was amazing to me, like how many people not just knew Owen, but like knew him enough that as he's walking by him or calling him out and like stopping him. And by the end of the tournament, he easily had a guy from each team. I feel like that was hanging out and talking with him. And yeah, no, all the Lax players there, the whole community. If you've never been to one of these World Lacrosse events, go as a tourist. Don't really recommend working for it. You miss more of it than you'll want to.
yeah,
Josh and Pam probably had a pretty good experience. Pam spent some
yeah.
time in the car. Josh, I think, had the best experience. You just kind of
Uh-huh.
go. Oh wait, there's an intermission. I'll go watch this game. Oh, there's an intermission. I'll go watch this game. Oh, there's an intermission. I'll go watch this game. And like I was playing Where's Waldo, but with Josh with my phone. I'd see him in the crowd, and I'd try to hurry up and snap a picture and send it to him.
Did post about the Israeli goal, the behind the back through the leg. That was an incredible. I actually was in the penalty box for that one, and I remember it. It was incredible. That and props to those men with the donation to the backup goalie donated his chest protector to the Tri City youth program, which I can't say enough thanks to them and and prayers and safe travels to all the players, absolutely. But to those players that went out over and beyond to send some love, and it was great, great. Every player said they loved it. They had a blast. They love Utica. It's like what an incredible feeling that is, and
Yeah.
that's a great set of pictures. Look at that.
Yeah, goodbye, Canada.
Goodbye.
Rose, so actually, this guy too, Nick Rose, what a nice guy he was. So I had to tell him about Bella, I think, had one of the best burns ever, except it wasn't. She was like, Rose, you're going to need a whole gallon of ice cream after this. And I was like, why are we taking Rose out for ice cream? And she's like, because he's going to be so sad. He's going to be crying in his ice cream. So I told him about it, and what a great guy he was. He says, last year or the year before? Last year, he goes, ask her how she liked my goal. I was like, ooh, that was a good one. And, but just like another guy that just only because I knew Owen did I get introduced to Nick Rose. So,
Right.
yeah, no,
Hey, I had an
OJ's opening
experience.
doors.
Awesome. I had an experience. I walk in. I'm getting ready to go work one of the penalty boxes in the odd, and there's Jammer sitting there, and I've been wanting to ask him and wanting to ask him. I finally walked over to him like, Jam, can I ask you a quick question, brother? And he's like, absolutely. What do you got? I'm like, years ago you had your podcast. It was a pod. That's a cool picture. Years ago you had a podcast. You was driving in a truck with an old man. You guys were in the radio was on, and it was a song that was similar about the old hockey game. It's you've heard the song inside
Yeah,
the arenas, I'm sure, but it was based. It was a
box
it was
lacrosse
a
version.
box lacrosse version, and he sit there. All of a sudden, he got the biggest smile on his face, and he's like, "I remember that." And no, I don't remember the name of the song. I was like,
Oh man.
that was an epic moment too. I tried not to bother people, just because, go. He was up against the walls, and you go, have a great game tonight, brother. He's like, I know who you are. I go, I know who you are too. And he played for the Eels when we played in the championship series our first year. He was the starting goalie.
Aha.
And just little things like that. Reggie Thorpe coming through the getting ready. The women had just won. They're coming through, getting ready to go into the locker room, and we passed each other, and he gives me a little bump, and I was like, dude, that just blew me up right there. I was like, how cool is that? Being able to, I got his jersey on my wall with the Rattlers and everything, and not that I know him a lot, but I definitely am a huge fan of Reggie Thorpe, and to him, give me a little something, something. I was like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
I get it.
It was nuts.
I get it.
It was nuts.
No, and honestly, so if you're get a chance to follow these kids, they had a bunch of interns with a bunch of pros that were doing social media.
Look at it. Look at it. Oh, Big C. She gave the old Cena.
Yeah, no, that was so cool.
That was the moment right there. I went ballistic. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is absolutely epic. And this is what I mean though, like those guys catching those moments, how cool must this have been for her?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And props to Tony, coach. Congratulations, Tony Sorcy. I hope you know what? Let's build something with women as well. He's at a point. I hope he's able to maybe catch some more magic, and let's start something magic with these ladies. Let's get these ladies doing something what the guys are doing. I mean,
well, we were asked to film the provincials, so I had a chance to talk to one of the Haudenosaunee female goalies, and she, when I went over and I was like, "Hey, congratulations!" It always surprises me if anybody knows who Blue Squatch is, but she did. She's like, "We wrote to you guys. We wanted you to come up." She was like, "Did your wife get her passport yet?" I was like, "Oh, you actually did, because we can't get up there. Unfortunately, we both can't go." But these guys did so good with the photography and the highlight videos, just catching the raw emotion. Like this girl's face right here, she is so like,
just I mean, incredible.
Oh, it's so awesome.
All week, Josh. It was incredible all week long. The sad part is it's over. I'm happy it's over. I'm not happy I'm over. It's over.
Relieved.
Watching these players, the first day the Yeti was out there giving knuckles to everybody coming through, getting some pictures and everything, and just an epic moment, man. It was a good time. The fan bases, again, it was crazy. Shout out to all the Haudenosaunee fans. They rocked the house. I'm sorry to say, the houses were empty if they weren't there.
Oh yeah, no, the Haudenosaunee definitely packed in. But look at this freaking goal.
Oh yeah.
How do you control yourself like that? And he holds on to it all the way past and around.
All the way through it.
He's one of those like once in a lifetime but it's like he said when I talked to him the one day, if you don't love what you're doing and you're not, like, for him, this is stress relief. This is stress relief. Like, this is what, you're having a bad day, you go grab a bucket of balls and throw it. Like, if it's not fun, you're not going to love it. And you can tell when he does silly stuff like that, because that's not anything a coach is ever going to tell you to practice. That's just made up having fun.
Straight up balling. Just balling. As far as DeBlanco had a save the other day or yesterday, same scenario, but he made the save, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just saved that. How did he save that? It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts crazy.
It was. All right, we've gone way later than we wanted to. We were supposed to only do a half-hour show tonight, too, because we were fast. OJ the Dude, sorry you didn't make it back on. We will have to catch up with you either later this week or next week. Paul Noecker, thank you, because without you coaching that MV team, none of this would have happened for all of us. So thank you very much, Paul Noecker. If anybody ever sees Paul, make sure you tell him thank you. Give him a hug. He loves to cry. He's a big softie. It's fun.
Greg, thank you for doing what you do, my friend. And BSP, Thank you, Mrs. Charity, for doing what you do. And Yeti Nation, love you. We're going to see you guys next week. Laxnay is coming. Get your sticks ready because, oh, baby, Yeti face off at 5:30. Whoop, whoop. Dry. Inside, outside. They can dry you out. Water no more. Family landscape. Make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ. Make your yard Yeti ready. CBI cables. What the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables. Built for your needs. CBI cables. Plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer, authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre for all your new construction plumbing needs. Outside, inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe? They have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at. Where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a great season so far. What a score. Brandwide Distillery, Cortland, New York. Stop in, say hello to Jimbo. Check out the shop. While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brandwide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Francis Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM, Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry